Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is still not gotten that mic in the mail, but again that's because it has been Easter in Norway, so for people who don't know, I've been on a 4-day vacation, and because of how I'm connected to what is called internet time, it felt like an eternity, and for that, it feels like I should have said this earlier. Thanks for reaching 10,000 subscribers for the YouTube channel, people. We got a lot of shit to cover, so with Nuke being the main map right here, yeah, we're gonna talk about map balance and the true nature of it, which will probably revolutionize all of you people watching this video's view of how map balance actually works. Mainly this is because of how CSGO works, okay? There's like a couple of very obvious details that people are forgetting. Before I'll jump into that hardcore, just want to mention that the Q&A video, that is, I think it turned out to become really long actually. I just need to upload it. It's gonna take a shit ton of time because it's a big file and my internet is bad. Anyways, thanks for the support. Let's get on with the map balance things, shall we? So for people who don't truly recognize how CSGO works out, alright? CSGO is a game with a lot of shooting mechanics and also tactical mechanics, also with a lot of teamwork, in which allow you to just reach abnormal levels of skill at the higher levels of playing the game, which is what attracts me so much to the game itself. I mean, it only took me 1,000 hours, I don't know. It took me 1,000 hours to recognize how fucking deep the game were. From there on out, it's just incredibly fun, because you constantly hit these new levels of how you play the game. With that being said, why are people not disregarding how CT side and T side works in CSGO, alright? As long as you're able to play your side for a decent amount of time, you are being given the equal chance, or at least a couple of opportunities in which it does not make it too favorable for the other side, and you'll be able to eventually see this in the gameplay right here. Like, you'll still be able to get a fair shot at actually winning by skill, not by luck or by side. The reason for this is because a CT-sided map would be a map in which you win 12 rounds and the enemy team win 2 rounds. Every fucking time. This never happens unless you're playing at lower levels of CSGO. On Nuke, for example. Me, I've been able to easily get a comeback off of, you know, like, having one round, pistol round 1 on CT side, the T side. Then I've been railed over and the enemy team win legitimately on this very map. 14 rounds in a row, and by the way, this is at lower skill level because that is how our skill gap works out, but also the total skill for both sides. And then when I finally get my only shot at CT side, because of my low skill level, I've been able to get a comeback off of 14-1 back to 16-14, okay? That's absolutely incredible in that kind of sense, but the total context is being skewed here, because it's not a CT-sided map, it's about how well you play the T-side map, and how strong the enemy team will be as players, okay? Because if you can be able to hit that kind of mark in which both teams will get their fair shot at both sides, and then they will get to actually work their skill instead of, you know, being too hindered by the map. Even though, again, as long as it's a calculated result, end result, that's what I'm trying to say, it doesn't really matter. The reason for that is because skill is still what is actually making the chart go one way or another, you know. It was at Katowice, in a couple of maps, NIP were just able to get an absurd win, or yeah, they were able to get a comeback win on Nuke from T side. I think they were able to grind out like 6 or 7 rounds to be able to beat TSM, formerly known as Dignitas, formerly known as being an incredible CT team, which should speak fucking volumes of how skillful Ninjas in Pajamas were at that very match. Disregard, I'm not gonna disregard, they still choked and didn't win though, but the point that I'm trying to make is that total skill at the true level of CSGO is what makes maps CT-sided or T-sided. If you're able to grind 4 or 5 rounds, or maybe you could increase the total rounds played to, instead of 30 to 16, cut down 5 seconds of every round, I think that would be great. Or maybe make it properly competitive in regular matchmaking, so that you can just, you know, squeeze in a couple more rounds, so that you'll be able to get a more even or more accurate measurement of how people play each sides, in which that way they'll be able to get their fair shot, regardless if the map would be perceived as CT-sided or T-sided, because of how people can just randomly win which doesn't matter anyways, because people are only complaining about that at lower levels of the game, in which then it becomes a problem or answer of how much you want to please regular players playing CSGO. You can see all the issues here. The answer is just to either add, you know, 2 rounds to the total amount of rounds played in CSGO, or maybe 3, I don't fucking know. Or it is just to leave the maps alone, because they're already actually as sided as they should be. Because they're skill-based by victory, not by the side. So hopefully people enjoy this video, hopefully you learn something, don't get discouraged regardless of which side you play. Thanks for the support, people. It's been a fuck ton of shit to do. I got like 1,000,000 comments to reply to, well, technically like 200-300, so yeah, thanks, and let's keep them coming. Anyways, thanks for watching. Any support would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be able to get the Twitter and the Facebook thingamabob up to over 100 people, that would be great. So anyways, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.